Hello friends, I am Dr. Himanshu Pandey, Assistant Professor, School of Law, Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. Present module, research problem containing basic knowledge of selection of research problem and the procedure of formulation of research problem, its kinds and analysis have been discussed thereunder. All contents will be dealt with explanation and illustrations by this lecture. Objective of this lecture is strives to develop understanding and basic skills of identifying research problems, planning and executing legal research projects, and of appreciating the problems associated therewith, so that you can plan and pursue legal and socio-legal research in your future. All research problems are driven by social problem. Problem solving aptitude is a natural quality given by nature to all for their survival. But human being is the only creature blessed with the thinking process, with vision, imagination, creativity and innovation. These attributes of man makes him unable to change the things surrounding him according to his wish. If man feels anything problematic, only then he thinks to change. Various research methods are used to resolve any problematic states. Selection of research methodology depends on nature of research problem. Selection of research problem is the first step in every research. No research can undergo by the researcher unless he first formulate the research problem properly and scientifically. Concept of problem is basically a psychological aspect which can be caused by either physical or mental facts. Research can be performed only after psychological involvement of researcher with the problem. Studying any research is not independent subject and cannot be studied ignoring the personality traits and skills of the researcher. That means for the formulation of research problem, involvement of researcher plays a very important part. Research can be performed only after realization and sensitization of researcher towards the real research problem, and thereafter only he can formulate any real practical problem. Characteristics of research problem. There are some general assumptions as to any problem. First, no problem comes from vacuum, and every problem has their solution. First postulate shows that every problem what you realize has its certain components, its history, origin and other variables involved in composing such problem. Problem does not come from vacuum, like immediately it exists or disappeared. Whatever you feel problematic, it has some evidences which have to be collected by keen investigation. Every problem has their solution. Whatever phenomena or situation you perceive as problematic, I assure you that every problem has the solution. This is your quality, how to find out the solution. In ordinary sense, we can say that dissatisfaction is the first point which originates any problem. The term problem may be explained as dissatisfaction of any person as to any subject of his life. Every problem arises from dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction is a mental element and it is always related to present fact. Even if a man is worried about his future, the subject matter of his anxiety may be past, of present, or of future, but the state of anxiety is present. For any research, the researcher should have that state of mind present, that the research problem exists somewhere in his life. If he seriously considers all the variables, facts, phenomena about such problem, he can further proceed to formulate research problem. If a man perceives anything, phenomena dissatisfied to his person, in that case, immediately he try to convert his state of dissatisfaction to satisfaction. If man knows how to be satisfied, immediately he can act towards the satisfaction. But if he does not possess any experience or knowledge with such problem, how to solve that problem, in that case he has to undergo with research process. Before selecting any research problem, certain points should be clearly analyzed and determined by the researcher. First, that the problem should not be fictitious. No problem which is fictitious only, not exist anywhere in this world, cannot be the good subject for research, because the use of sources, time and money will be wastage, will be of no utility for the society. Second, any problem, any phenomena which is selected for research, that problematic situation, phenomena or the factor should be of permanent nature. Studying on any factor which cause you dissatisfaction temporarily for the short while, which is not repeated again, and there is no scope of its repetition in your future, in that case studying on such problem is useless. Any problem selected for research should be of high significance value. Here the significance value means the nature of problem should be of common for all. Whatever the suggestion and the solution will come, that may be utilized and should be benefited to the high number of beneficiaries. If the size of beneficiary group is higher, that means its significance value is higher, and if its size of beneficiaries are lesser, its significance value is also lesser. There are certain common steps of formulation of research problem. First, any problematic phenomena realized by the researcher itself is not sufficient to be selected immediately for research problem. There are certain scientific steps which have to be strictly followed for the formulation of research problem. First, realization of problem, then identification of problem, analysis of problem, and last is the statement of problem. The problem is finally formulated with its statement of problem.